Welcome. I am a spiritual seeker and served in the central services. Nowadays, I am exploring various aspects of flowers and sharing with you miracles of the flowers. Have you ever imagined that we can learn qualities from flowers? Yes, you got it right. We can learn many qualities from the flowers. We have been using flowers to express emotions and feelings since centuries. The most common example is of roses. We used to present to our friends for expressing the love. Similarly, all the flowers represent certain qualities. In this talk, we are going to learn about Sincerity flower. And this is a very unique and beautiful way of learning sincerity. Right from beginning, the parent says that you have to be sincere. When you go to school, the teacher says that you have to be sincere. When you go to college, the professor says that you have to be sincere. When you go to a workplace, the manager says you have to be sincere. So what is sincerity? Sincerity is being genuine and truthful in your all interactions with the outer world. What does it mean? That there is no gap between the inner world and the outer world. What your consciousness says, that only you do. It's about being honest to yourself and others, acting with integrity and staying true to your values. Essentially, sincerity means being authentic and trustworthy in your words and action. Importance of sincerity. Happiness of a person is directly proportional to the level of sincerity, because there is no gap between the inner world and outer world, which gives a feeling of happiness. A sincere person is highly trustworthy amongst his friends because he does what he says. A sincere person is guided by his values, which will make him organized, happy and successful. Sincerity flower. The Italian Aster was named as Sincerity flower by mother who lived with Sri Aurobindo in Pondicherry. It is said that mother will meditate on the flower and will communicate with the subtle energies of the flower and will receive the insights from the flower, and thereafter she will give the name of the flower and its significance. Further, when we look at the flower Italian Aster, it gives a feeling of sincerity as it blossoms throughout the season with reliability during the flowering season. Cultivating sincerity through flowers. When we live in the environment of a sincerity flower, you are constantly under the influence of sincerity. It is like when we live near a plant, oxygen is released from the plant and even they release the electromagnetic field. So when we live in the vicinity of a sincerity flower, sincerity is being radiated from the flower. Secondly, even we know that when we touch a touch me not plant, it shrinks. So the plant responds to us. Nowadays, even the scientists have recorded the music being produced by the plants. Now, to have the visual impact, we can install a placard in the Sincerity flower plant with the name Sincerity and its significance, that is beginning of all progress. So now, as and when you are passing nearby the flower plant, you are reminded of sincerity. As Swami Vivekananda rightly said, to become what you see and think. Living with sincerity. Now, to get a higher degree of sincerity in us, let us resolve to live with sincerity for next 7 days. So first, let us get a Sincerity flower plant and put a placard on it with the name Sincerity and the significance beginning of the progress. If you don't get the plant, you can even print a poster with the name Sincerity and the significance that is beginning of the progress. Even we can change the mobile home screen with the Sincerity flower, and we can write down the name Sincerity and the beginning of progress. Now select a quote on Sincerity from this video or of your choice and daily focus on it for some time. Next, daily aspire to work with higher degree of sincerity for all your works. If you are eating, eat with sincerity. If you are studying, study with sincerity. Next, maintain a journal in which you have to record your progress for all the 7 days. Please note down that whatever work you have done with the higher level of sincerity, record it. And whatever work you have done with the lower level of sincerity, record it. Next, at the end of 7 days, review your journal and make a summary of it. You will be surprised to know that your sincerity quotient has drastically improved during these 7 days. How sincerity improved? You were constantly under the influence of sincerity flower. Daily you were aspiring to be sincere, so you were being guided by the subconscious mind. You were visually reminded of sincerity whenever you were coming across sincerity flower plant, poster and mobile home screen. As Swami Vivekananda rightly said, you become what you see and think. Thank you for watching this video. I am sure that you must have learned new way of learning sincerity in your life. This is really a unique and beautiful way of learning sincerity.